be Senator Moran before me, but I don't know.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Thank you, Claire. Thank you, Senator Noon. Thank you. I actually wasn't listed to speak on this, but as it's a topic that I've raised several times in the order of business and in the adjournment debate, I just felt I'd like to contribute to the debate. I too would like to concur with Senator O'Neill when he talks about calling for a review of it. I think we've got to be where, you know, other senators have said, oh, you know, you can't be discretionary, you can't. I think, particularly in the area of special needs, which is where I want to talk about, I think we do have to be and show a little bit of discretion. Just as an example, Minister, and I know you're well aware of cases that I've brought before you as well, but you know, I think that people who, you know, whoever in the departments have got to look at each case, in the cases of special needs children in particular, that a personal, all children will not fit into the same criteria or have the same thing. One particular child, I think I've mentioned to you on several occasions, attends a special school in Dundalk, and through no fault of their own, but by living 2.6 kilometres away from a pick-up point, that child's mother now has to drive the child, who wears a back brace, suffers from dreadful epilepsy, has severe problems, ADHD, concentration. The child is almost asleep before they get into school, and yet there has been nothing done about it. And the mother now this year has to drive the child to a pick-up point along the roadside to put this child with the back brace to travel into school and to be brought back home. And I just feel, okay, it's you know, okay, you're looking for a discretion, but you're not looking for anything. If that child was well able to go on a normal secondary school bus, there would be no problem. And the mother isn't looking, as the mother said, she's a concessionary child, she is paying for this. She said she would pay anything to be able to do it. The mother is a nurse, the father works, and very often, you know, they have no means of having somebody to stand at the side of the road to pick the child up on the way back home. So, sorry, you know, so I would just ask once again that please, will you look at this, you know, will you look at this situation? I had the mother actually last week where the child was on it. The child was brought home from school, dropped on the side of the road on the second day back, and the bus driver informed the mother, sorry, we can't take your child anymore, we're not insured to take the child. And the mother rang me in tears on the Wednesday night. Now, I did get onto your department straight away, and they since did pick the child up again. But the mother had to take, as I said, the mother is a nurse. You know, we're into the other situation where the mother said, I can't ring up with the health service and the cutbacks and everything that are ongoing in the northeast at the moment. She said, I can't let my fellow colleagues down. And the woman was absolutely distracted and so upset, and in my view, upset, you know, unnecessarily. I also want to just mention briefly a case now, and this is probably the reason why I'm standing here, and one of the reasons why I stood for election in 2011, having never been involved in politics before, but it was to mention the case of my own son, who required wheelchair transport to go to a school in Drumcar in County Louth. And a wheelchair bus was, as I said, it was in the previous government, it wasn't this government, but to me it just showed the complete nonsensical way that people, or whoever, are determining school transport, where he required wheelchair transport. A bus drove past our house every single day with a wheelchair space on it. But when we tried to get him on it, we were told, no, you can't actually get onto that bus, even though it was driving past the gate. We'll have to organise, you will have to organise to bring him up to school, and we will give you 33 cents a mile to bring him, which was the maximum limit. So we had to do that and pay the extra €158 a week to get him up and down to school. All the time that he was in a wheelchair. When I was saying the department could have, at no extra cost, it wouldn't have cost 33 cents a mile, it wouldn't have cost anything if somebody or whoever was in an office just looked at the thing and said, well, look, there's a bus, there's an empty space on it, let's put that child on the bus. So I think, you know, as I said, where others say you can't be concessionary, and if the minister makes one concession, you have to make it for everybody. No, you don't, not in terms of disability, but you know, to have a child, and as this mother has explained to me before, when you have a child with special needs and it takes you a half an hour to dress that child, another 10 minutes to walk them out or get them out to the gate, to get on a bus, to get on, you know, to physically get on that bus, that extra half an hour in the morning is like no money would pay you for the extra time that it would have. So, as I said, Minister, I'm just asking, I'm appealing as a mother of a child with special needs, but I'm also appealing on behalf of all people with special needs who, you know, to just look at, you know, cases there individually, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. Senator Noon.